someone like that passed away, and I guess their spirit never left here, and they like guard. I've never experienced that.
Yeah, I've never
I've never heard the voices.
I've
like
seen
even
shadows.
I've never heard a voice.
Seen shadows like out here, like inside the church.
In the graveyard.
In the graveyard.
In the graveyard, just being out there, and it.
And you think at some point it's just your mind playing tricks on you, but
after you see it so many times, it's like, yeah, there's definitely.
And especially
something.
when it keeps reoccurring, like in the same place, or it continuously comes around you, definitely. Like that's exactly what was happening to us. We kept looking back over this way because we kept seeing something. It was just a shadow. Like it was very
like
definite.
we said, it's dark, but when you see that, like it's darker than dark.
We had both of our flashlights ended up turned off because we were like, maybe it's just us flashing in different directions making it. That's not what it was. We flashed them both down and it was still going on. And right here, like I said earlier, he kind of like got separated from me. I felt somebody standing there to the point where I even turned around just to keep continuing a conversation with him. I thought he was right behind me. That's how big that presence felt. More than that, probably. It was. He was back by another grave. That that corner like draws our attention.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I mean, as far as like a voice or someone talking to us or anything, that I always just heard rumors of that never happened.
So even the night that happened, though, with the window thing.
By that time, we had been out here at least a dozen times. That's why we kept coming back here. Man, there ain't nothing out here.
Had you guys seen anything before that? Because you said that, you see shadows and stuff out here. Did you guys see shadows up until that point?
I mean...
Like you might have, but it just like didn't register at that point because it wasn't like significant enough.
Yeah, we came out here so many times. This was like a hangout. Like I said, it's pitch black. We come out here and drink whatever. We're teenagers, and small town, country town stuff.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, instead of the Walmart, you come.
Right. Well, we didn't even have that.
We had a Walmart.
That's only been here a couple of years.
This town's like kind of blown up in the last few years, but
the window that it happened.
I was about to ask that.
I don't remember exactly.
Are you okay with coming back over this side?
I'm just back. Actually, out here a couple months ago, and that was the first time I've been here in a long time, and I showed her this, and she was complete. She's only 11. I want to say it was just and for some reason, I was remembering it being the stained glass, but now I'm thinking that it's not.
Well, it looks like it was just redone, though. Because you can see the paint.
I mean, like I said, this was 2002.
Yeah, this has definitely been painted.
2002, 2003.
Everything was peeled.
But I can tell we were parked, like this used to be on rock, and there was no light out here. We were parked
So you were pretty far away from it then for it to have done something like back, like to y'all.
And like I said, we'd been out here hanging out all night. We'd been like back there. We'd actually been all over the place that night. And we'd snuck out to come out here. And we were just getting ready to leave. We're all
you said it was like super early in the morning, right? Like around 2 or 3 in the morning?
It was late. Like we were like, oh, it's time, it was time to get going.
Which is the
active
favorite hour. Like it's literally prime time for that.
We were about right here. We were getting in the Jeep. I don't remember. I was in the back seat. My buddy Brandon was driving. He was in the front right seat.
Yeah.
And I was in the back, I don't know if on the left or all the way to the right, and my buddy Lee was in the middle. And the guy that threw the rock, I remember he was somewhere right in here, and he picked up a rock. He's just an idiot. I mean, we don't hang out with the guy no more because of crap like this.
Yeah.
But he picked up the rock, and he didn't like, it's like he wasn't trying to hit it, but he just like, just being an idiot, just do it. And by the time he got like one leg in the Jeep, the headlights were on, aiming at it, and it hits the window, and it didn't shatter it, it just put a hole clean through it, just like a hole straight through the window.
Which no matter how big a rock is or anything, you're going to get like a shatter from a glass. You're not going to get straight through like a hole. And again, the next day...
Right then.
That's what freaked us out. That's what freaked us out.
It closed up?
We were sitting
right in front of you.
I swear, like, I'm getting chills just thinking about it right now. Standing
exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's funny that you say it's that window because earlier when we were over on that side, I kept seeing something in the back part of the windows, like a little light kind of going back and forth. And since we've been sitting here, there's something that's definitely watching out of that window pane right there. It's gone back and forth quite a few times. I just didn't want to interrupt your story, but something's definitely watching us right now.
I mean, I guess I'm getting chills thinking about
it. But it filled in front of our eyes.
We sat there and the rock went through the window, hit the hole, and as we're all sitting there watching it, he gets in, shuts the door, and we're all just kind of looking at it and like, man, what the hell did you do that for, And then it filled it, like I swear on anything, it's like it just filled in as if it never happened, and it was dead silence for about probably 3-4 whole seconds, and all of a sudden he said, "Did y'all just see that?" And
so it wasn't like it was just one person.
No, it was all five of us. Everyone in that truck.
Because we were kind of, when he did it, we were like,
and you guys all reacted at the same time to it?
We were all silent. And
like, I remember I remember seeing it close, and I was like, because we were, like you said, the headlights were on it. We saw it, we saw the hole. We were like, dude, what the hell, And we're looking at it, like, you just put a hole in the window, and we're looking at it, and it closed up, and everybody was quiet. And I remember, like, I broke the silence. I was like, did anybody see that? And everybody was like, that fucking window just closed up on itself.
Because again, when you see stuff like that, it's not something that you like willy-nilly just be like, hey guys, guess what I saw?
Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah.
And unless you're like on
I wasn't for sure that I saw what I saw.
You're not all gonna see the same thing.
Yeah, we all saw the same thing. We threw it in front. We almost hit. Maybe it was that tree. Backing out of here because he threw it in reverse and punched it, and we backed up and almost hit the tree, spun around, almost flipped it, and took off out that way. And the whole way down that road, we're like, oh my God, like, are we
what
crazy?
Just happened? Yeah.
Like, we had to stop and all kind of get our composure together. Like, oh my God, that really just happened.
We went back to the house and we didn't stop talking about it the rest of the night.
I want to say it was the next night or sometime like within the next day or two, we came back out here and it was filled up and we're like, oh. That got my attention.
Yeah, that was getting me earlier too.
We came back out here and looked at it, and it was all five of us again. I was like, man, did we really just sit, we all saw it, like, what was this? And,
like making sure it wasn't just because it was like,
making sure we weren't
in the dawn, like, no light, no nothing, it was just.
And I know, my oldest sister is really into paranormal stuff, and she's a lot older than us, so she didn't grow up out here like we did.
Yeah.
And we brought her out here one time, and a buddy of mine, the same one that was with us that night that was driving the Jeep, his name was Brandon. He has a lot of family buried in the cemetery, a lot. And
what is his last name?
McKinney. If you see someone with the last name Ward, he's related to them. Lambeth, he's related to them. McKinney, obviously, and the Rands as well, R-E-N-D.
Those are the ones that we were at earlier. Those were the ones that we were at earlier when we got touched.
Ward and McKinney, his whole family is from this county and the next county over.
Well, that's what it seems like. It's all very, and I mean, they have even plots bought out for generations ahead. Like there's all of this stuff in the beginning.
Did y'all happen to look at for the old graves? There's like some that are like in the 1800s.
That was actually the first time I got touched was
like 1883 or something.
Yeah, it was at the older one, and it was actually right after I had mentioned it. I thought he did like this to me real quick, and he was on this side of me, but it was over here. Like it was a real like. I said, hey, look, that looks really old. And as soon as I said old, it was just like, hey, yeah, come on. And so I did, and we just kept going that way. But I mean, the energy changes. The more you go towards like the older ones, especially over in that corner, that energy just gets way more stagnant. And when you go over into that left side, I mean, there's people from like 2016, 2014, and it's a very... I don't know how to describe it. Like it's just a different energy. I mean, unless you're used to going around and doing spots like that, like it's very, very different. And nothing in there feels mean until you come out here. It's like it's safe in there, and out here is not so much. Like I'm not okay with. I mean, I'm okay with that, obviously, but I'm not okay with the way that it's making me feel. Yeah, I don't like it when things are negative like that, because it drains you. It really does. Like as soon as I walked out here, I don't do cold weather at all, really. Like I'm from Guam, I'm an islander. 70 degrees is cold to me. Like I'm freezing. I have like 7 layers on right now. I'm cold. But I mean, I'm chilled on the inside too, and it's making me very upset right now because I do not like being cold. like you can feel something like staring. Do you feel that? Like something is just like watching us right now, and I feel it.
I mean, I don't know if you're comfortable with it, but I will go see if that door is unlocked. And I'll walk in there with you.
Will you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I've done it. I mean, I've done it a lot of times, so
Trying to incriminate ourselves. Yeah, we've been in there a lot. We weren't supposed to be, but that's we were young.
It used to always be unlocked. I'm kind of curious. I would like to see if it's unlocked.
I would love to go in. I mean, if you guys are willing to do that with us.
Yeah.
Because again, I think like having you guys here. Huh?
Want to kill your car so you don't waste all your.
Oh yeah.
Like
Probably.
wasn't here.
Let me kill my car real quick.